Righty. Welcome, Grenada, Carriacopini, Monica, and the rest of the world, wherever you are tuned into another Mikey Live program, people. This is where it all happens, the good, the bad, and the Mikey. Of course, there are a lot of things that we would need to tell you about for another day, another night. Things happening in Grenada, Trinidad and Tobago, and other parts of the world. It's our pleasure to let you know about it. We are going to be telling you about Kayak Mas, boy, changing gears, if you know what I mean. We're getting closer and closer to the climax of Kayak Mas 2020. The world is running short of sugar, they say. What does that mean for us? We have good news. The missing man from yesterday has been found. And the hospital director at the center of the coronavirus outbreak confirmed dead. All right, that's in China. And the man denied bail after cops find arsenal in his house. That's in St. Lucia. We have other things to tell you about, boy. Teen girls shot after $2.5 million Tobago mall robbery. They say that they were in the getaway vehicle. And boy 11 dies after TV spat with parents. Trinidad again. So we have a lot of things to tell you about on tonight's program. So brace all yourself. For those of you who have not yet done so, we want to encourage you to share the program. You see, when you share the program, that's how other people get to know that we are alive. So you do the thing and share the business. We're going to take a quick break, and when we return, it will be real news in all your Lily Lolo. So brace all yourself, people. This news is like no other news. Yes, of course, it is news discussed, not told. So we do not want to dictate anything to nobody. We do not have a horse in the race. I don't know about others, but for us, we do not have a horse in the race. So of course, when we tell you what we tell you, just know that we are telling you from an unbiased, uninfluenced perspective. We do this without fear, favor, or ill will. All right, so folks, we are going to take a first break and return with tonight's Mikey Live program. Stay tuned.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom
for me and you.
I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. What a wonderful world.
We enjoy the luxury of a quality water supply. But it can come to this. Have adequate storage.
Planning an event or looking to rent tents? Then call the tent experts at Waggy T Tent Rentals. We rent tents for all occasions. Tents in different colors, styles, and 25 different sizes, from as little as 10 by 10 to as large as 100 by 40. Call us at 439-TENT. That's 439-8368. Or visit our office at Frequente Industrial Park, Grand Anse, St. George. We are Grenada's tent people.
Grenada is the place to be June 5th to 7th for the highly anticipated Grenada Music Festival 2020, featuring two-time Grammy Award winners Kool and the Gang, Coco T, Romaine Virgo, Marcia Griffiths, Arturo Tappan, Crossfire, Nadia Batson, West Ways, Vaughn, and the Dancehall Emperor, Shallow Ranks. 3 nights of amazing music, great food, and pure Grenada hospitality. Grenada Music Festival 2020, June 5th to 7th, Quarantine Park, Grenada. Tickets available online at gotofet.com. Book your flights at hotel today. This ad is sponsored by the Grenada Tourism Authority.
Why not stay in? Turn off the alarm clock and sleep some more on your perfect mattress from Quartz. For the widest range of mattresses from the world's best brands, the best value guaranteed. Shop today and let our sleep experts help you to decide on the best option to suit your needs. At Quartz, we don't just sell mattresses, we're offering you the best night's sleep. So, sleep in a little on your new mattress from Quartz. Quartz, bringing value home.
And that's what they do. They bring value home. And we are talking about Quartz. Welcome again to all those of you who are currently tuned in to the program. If you have not yet shared the program, just know that we have already asked the persons who are viewing to share. So you just, share the business to no man. What is that one? Okay. All right, so folks, the first thing that we need to tell all you about is the Prime Minister. Dr. Keith Mitchell is in Barbados for the 31st inter-sessional meeting of the Conference of Heads of Government of the Caribbean Community. Dr. Mitchell is accompanied by the Minister of Trade Industries, Oliver Joseph. Honorable Dr. Mitchell is expected to update his colleague heads of government on matters of importance relevant to science and technology, including information and communication technology (ICT), which is his area of responsibility in the CARICOM, all right, Kwasi cabinet. Now, according to the CARICOM Secretariat, Caribbean leaders are expected to deliberate on a regional approach to the coronavirus, the COVID-19, as well as the continuing challenges posed by the non-communicable disease. I know that they were also talking about in terms of calls, affordability, and so on within the region, telecommunication. Yes, and having one flat rate. All right, across the region. And of course, Grenada's Prime Minister is going to head that initiative. All right, so anyway, we are moving on. Oh yeah, you know what's going on right now? Carrico Carnival. They are changing gears right now, as the next few days will see the start of final rounds of competition. Already, we have seen the various competitions go through the various stages, and now it is up to the judges now to decide the winner of these individual competitions. Now, the finalists in the Kayak Mask Calypso competition, they were chosen, and they are Serena Bideau, Lady B, Clint John Superflying Flint, Samantha Dixon Royalty, also Anderson Matterson, that's leftist. And then we have Nivon Gabriel Tweety, and Janine Joseph Brownskin J. And we have also Hugh Alexander Hugo, Nashanda Charles Shanda, and Josh Phillip, that's Silver Bullet. The standby is Taxi Boy, and the defending monarch is Killer Bee. So that's going to be for the Calypso Monarch, and it will be held on February 23rd at the Hillsborough Tennis Court. And then they have as well the finals of the Groovy competition. That will also take place at the Hillsborough Tennis Court on February 23rd. Samantha Dixon Royalty, Camille John Camille, Brendan McKee Killer Bee, Lee Ron and Showin Joseph, blacks featuring Papa, that's two blacks featuring Papa, and then we have Jonathan Flavor, Shanda Charles Shanda, and Clint John Superflying Flint. We also have Mozo and Lady B to participate in that. The standby is Desi X, and the reigning monarch is Golden. Alright, and the Soca Monarch, we have Mozo, Black Blingers, Superflying Flint, Tonic, Smalls, KJ, and Mirage. We also have Taxi Boy, Major Dixon, Desi X, Hugo, and Casey and Piggy. Now the standby Silver Bullet and the defending Monarch is Killer B. Now what I have noticed is that you have about four or so of them participating in all of the competitions, and that's usually the case in Carriacou. They have some really, really loyal people participating in those competitions, loyal to the art form. So we have to say, yeah, boy, and all the best to these guys. All right, Olia, we are moving on. All you don't know, they say there is a shortage of sugar in the country. People are saying that they're not seeing sugar on the shelves of some of their supermarkets and favorite shops. Why? Because it is not just happening in Grenada, but other parts of the world. They said there is going to be a sugar shortage. So, like seriously, when I saw that, I'm like, so the only thing I worried about me like a coffee. You know what I mean? But then I could sweeten that with a little condensed milk and thing. You know, no problem with that. And then when you're on the bun, you like a coloring, you like a chicken and thing. But other than that, so the sugar to that extent is not really necessary. You understand? Usually it does more harm than good. So if there's a shortage of sugar on the market, what's wrong with that? You understand? Maybe we will all learn to eat healthier and we'll live a bit longer. Spend some more time with our grandchildren. I don't see no problem with that. All I ask God to bless all y'all to get a blessing, no sugar in all the little. I never hear that yet. Like, listen, prior to this month, seriously, prior to this month, well, January, to the start of the year then, right? I do not know the last day I used sugar like that. Like years since Jesus Christ running around without pants. But at the start of the year, and I branched over to a certain kind of coffee, then I started using sugar. But other than that, nope, zero, nope, no, not like that. Well, you know, to bring a little chicken too, but other than that, nope, not as a sweetener. Anyway, mainly that talk. So if sugar is scarce, I don't see nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? That's not even news. All you. So yesterday we appealed to you for your assistance, so that the family of this gentleman can locate him. 30-year-old Devon Jeffrey. He's actually of Lamode in St. George. He was reported missing on Monday, 17 February, and he has been found and has been reunited, according to police, with his family. Now, the Royal Grenada Police Force would like to thank the general public and the media for your continued support. Tell all the when all thanking thing, thank Mikey Live and all of that are doing that again. Nah, not missing thing, but other things. Yeah, sad. Yo, I'm so happy to know that, because you know those kind of thing you don't want to hear about that for your family. There are some people who are still. Where's Jack? Jack's been missing like years. From close in that area there, Vendome area, years. Where's Jack? There are some people who went missing and without a trace. You understand? So he's lucky, his family, he's lucky, everybody. You understand? All your talks continue to surround the first launched band for Spice Mass 2020. Oh, who had an amazing, in many respects, launch, and now the comments are flowing. Now tonight, in our entertainment piece, we will feature some excerpts from that particular event. All right, just letting you know as we move on. Earlier, a second person who came into Grenada from China and was quarantined, according to reports, has been released. That's all I'm telling all you. If they want to tell all them more, that's fine. But for me, that's all. All right, we are moving on. How are we looking for time? All you. Speaking of the coronavirus, boy, we are hearing of the death of a doctor in Wuhan. Yes, the head of the Chinese hospital at the epicenter of the coronavirus outbreak. He has become one of the latest victims, dying on Tuesday, despite all-out attempts to save his life, according to sources. You understand? Now, as the director of the Wushang Hospital, this doctor led the fight to try to contain the COVID-19, dedicating the hospital to treating the thousands of patients arriving every day. It ultimately cost him his life. He was only 51 years old. Understand? I don't understand. He is at least the seventh health worker, to die of the disease among the more than 1,700 doctors and nurses who have become sick. Yeah? That one day, even if you don't know him, it touches you. All you teen girls in Trinidad shot. Look at this. According to sources, two female students from the same secondary school, they are being treated for gunshot wounds after police had a shootout with bandits who robbed a jewelry store at Lowlands Mall on Monday. Now, the teens were allegedly in the getaway vehicle, which was intercepted by a police roadblock at Union Village. Now, two men are currently assisting police in their investigations into the $2.5 million jewelry heist. You understand? They say on Monday at around 12:39 p.m., gunmen dressed in Muslim garb entered the jewelry store at the popular mall, held up the sales personnel, and robbed them of jewelry. Shortly after, police received information about a gold Almira car that was involved in the robbery. So the roadblock, according to reports, it was set up, and police spotted the gold Almira approaching. Police say that they were shot at, and they returned fire to that vehicle. They say that the vehicle itself escaped through the roadblock and sped off. They say that the police gave chase and found the vehicle crashed into a utility pole further along, that same Union Road, with one of the teens inside. They then set up a dragnet, and two males from Golden Lane and Pump Mill were held at various points in the area. They say it was a hell of a rescue, an operation, not really rescue, but to get those alleged robbers. They say a 14-year-old female from two students was also found in the car with a gunshot wound to the head. They say that she was taken to the Scarborough Hospital, then transferred to the Mount Hope Hospital. They say that shortly after, another Form 2 student who attends the same school as the injured teen went to the Scarborough Hospital with a gunshot wound to the hand. So, oh boy, Trinidad. So that's the gold Almira car, they say, involved in the heist. We're moving on nicely. How are we looking for time? Folks, now listen to this one. An 11-year-old boy is suspected to have, in Trinidad again, died by suicide at his home in Cova on Monday night. The child was taken to the hospital by his father, but the doctor was unable to receive him. The boy was a a fourth standard primary school pupil. Now, police were told by the child's parents that he was watching television on Monday night when they told him to go to bed because he had to attend school the next day. The parents said that he became angry and went into his bedroom. A short while later, his father checked the bedroom and found his son with a cord around his neck. They said that the father took his son to the Covert District Health Facility where he was pronounced dead on arrival. What? I can't believe. So they say that they're doing an autopsy to determine the actual cause of death. What? Why are we reading it? Earlier. Let's now transition over into what's breaking the internet. This video circulating on social media. Although there are speculations, of course, we cannot independently verify, but we'll show you and then discuss later. This video is one that shows what appears to be school children kissing before the father, or someone believed to be the father of the female, arriving on the scene and dealing her some belt. Here is our Breaking the Internet segment. Now we are showing you this tonight because after this was posted on social media and started circulating, there were persons who were in agreement of the fathers, or who is believed to be the father of that student's actions. And interestingly, there were just an equal amount of persons who disagreed with how he handled that incident. Some are saying that you should not embarrass young people in that manner. Others say that it should have been handled privately by the father. While some are saying, hey, she didn't get enough licks. You should have given her more. Because even based on the video, it didn't seem that those strokes did anything to her. Tonight, we involve you in our Breaking the Internet segment with a quick question as to whether or not you believe that the father in this video acted appropriately in the manner that he did. Did he do the right thing? We take about 30 seconds to take your responses and see whether or not there's consensus on whether or not he handled that in an appropriate manner. Somebody says that's nonsense. Somebody else says that the belt is fake. Well, in other words, that belt is a soft belt. Shirin says it's not like he went to school and do it. So someone says, really? She did it openly. So why should it be dealt with in private? All right. So they're saying she does it in public, so she must receive that beating in public. Somebody else is saying that she ain't get enough. Yes. All right. He didn't do nothing yet. He should do more. Somebody else is saying that I would have beaten her even worse than that. And so most persons here are saying, yes, he acted appropriately. I have not seen anyone really saying the opposite. Okay, so So the majority of viewers are saying that he did the right thing. That's interesting because on social media, many of the persons who were posting disagreed with how the father reacted to this, saying that, hey, do not embarrass children like that in public. Even if she did it in public, you should not embarrass her like that. Take the matter home and deal with it in a different manner. Well, different strokes for different folks. Yeah. So, interesting. Very interesting. I think in Grenada, she would still be getting licks if that happened here. But it didn't. All right, folks, we are moving on. And it is time now for our entertainment piece for tonight. We told you that we were going to share a bit of the band launch from the weekend. This is really trending. The Oro band and its concept and its interpretation of fancy mass is rather different, and so it has sparked a lot of conversation. You know, I don't even think I need to go through some of those comments for whether it's for or against. And if you ask me, you might be surprised of my my reaction to it. But hey, my opinion really doesn't matter in this. Just enjoy what they called, which was by far my favorite section because of the intention, which is to highlight Grenada's uniqueness and part of our culture, of our mass that is gone global. They found somehow a way to create a synergy between jab and juve and fancy mass. And ladies and gentlemen, that's the product. It's called the Venom.
Why not stay in? Turn off the alarm clock.
Well, I know, you know, but Quartz, you jumping the gun. I ain't ready for you yet. This is what we're doing now.
To start it, we come to turn up the place. Turn up the place. Where soca music play, just cause it must coming from everywhere. We dangerous so beware. When the soca breeze blow, what then lean shall fall. Every bad mind, fence and barrier, we shall be moving on. Hey, hey. A soca monster is what I am. Tell them the king return. But when we together, we are a soca star. Everybody! And we come here to move everything. Shake down everything. Move everything. Shake down everything. I tell you, move everything. Shake down everything. Start to move everything. Shake down everything. Start to sway. Body mash up sway. Start to bounce sway. Body mash up sway. Make the body lean on our side. Just lean on our side. Lean on our side. Everything will lean on our side. Stop. Hey, hey, hey. The other side. The other side, lean on the other side. Only thing I don't just make it blow. Hold on, boy. This soca breeze start to blow. Hold on. Cause someday we start to blow. Hold on, boy. Everything got to move. Hold on. Someday. Call us the soca hybrid, the new generation. We make everything fly. Soca aviation. Lift up everything and call it soca levitation. When we reach inside your party, we move the foundation. The place mash up. The fed done. Hurricane come, I tell you the place mash up. The vent done. Cause when side. Everything holding on a side. Stop, hey, hey, hey. The other side, lean on the other side. All you think I don't just make it blow. Hold on, hold on, hold on. This sucker breeze start to blow. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Cause someday we start to blow. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Everything got to move. Hold on, hold on, hold on. When the soca breeze blow, what then lean shall fall. Every bad mind fence and barrier, we shall be moving on. Hey, hey. A soca monster is what I am. Tell them the king return. But when we together, we are a soca star. Everybody! And we come here to move everything. Shake down everything. Move everything. Shake down everything. I tell you move everything. Shake down everything. Start to move everything. Shake down everything. Start to sway. Body mash up sway. Start to bounce. Fire burn a friend is family we ball. Yeah, we jumping with we family. With me family. When we come to play, we mash up fed. Turn up dance we like a hammer. Cause everybody jumping up together, jumping up together, mashing up together, mashing up together, waving up together, waving up together, jumping up together. We don't see skin, we don't see color, we see strength, we see power, we don't see race, one or the other. Once he is breathing on this earth, he is my brother. Well, even if we fall out, brethren, we go all out. We will never watch the family, them fall and sprawl out from everywhere we cross.
All right, folks, and that's our entertainment piece for today, featuring some of the costumes from the recently launched Oro band. Of course, there are many more bands to be launched for Spice Mass 2020. Folks, we are taking a break and we'll return shortly with the National Report and the weather.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom
For me and you.
I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. What a wonderful world.
We enjoy the luxury of a quality water supply. But it can come to this. Have adequate storage.
Are you looking to rent chairs and tables? Then call Waggy T Rentals. We rent tables and chairs for any event. We have 7 different types of chairs: plastic, folding chairs, gray and white, resin white chairs, conference chairs, even Shivari chairs in gold and white. We also rent 6 feet and 8 feet rectangular folding tables, 4 feet and 5 feet round tables, and even cocktail tables. Give us a call at 444-RENT. That's 444-7368. Or visit our office at Frequente Industrial Park, Granite, St. George.
Grenada is the place to be June 5th to 7th for the highly anticipated Grenada Music Festival 2020, featuring 2-time Grammy Award winners Kool and the Gang, Coco T, Romaine Virgo, Marcia Griffiths, Arturo Tappan, Crossfire, Nadia Batson, West Ways, Vaughn, and the Dancehall Emperor, Chavo Ranks. 3 nights of amazing music, great food, and pure Grenada hospitality. Grenada Music Festival 2020, June 5th to 7th, Quarantine Park, Grenada. Tickets available online at gotofet.com. Book your flights at hotel today. This ad is sponsored by the Grenada Tourism Authority.
Why not stay in, turn off the alarm clock, and sleep some more on your perfect mattress from Quartz? For the widest range of mattresses from the world's best brands, the best value guaranteed. Shop today and let our sleep experts help you to decide on the best option to suit your needs. At Quartz, we don't just sell mattresses, we're offering you the best night's sleep. So, sleep in a little on your new mattress from Quartz. Quartz, bringing value home.
All right. It is now time for the National Report.
Grenada optimistic about World Bank consideration on the new funding cycle. Details to this story and more in the National Report. With the details to the news for Tuesday, February 18th, I am Leslie Ann Johnson. Grenada is optimistic that it will be considered under the World Bank's new funding cycle, IDA 19, for 2020 to 2022. Grenada is one of 4 OECS countries eligible for the loan. The others are Dominica, St. Vincent and St. Lucia. During government's weekly post-cabinet briefing on Tuesday, Climate Resilience Minister Senator Simon Steele said Prime Minister Dr. The Right Honorable Keith Mitchell held fruitful discussions with the World Bank in Miami last week. IDA 19, like the previous cycle, IDA 18, provides highly concessional loans to support development programs to eligible countries.
The amount that will be allocated to the 4 OCS countries is $350 million US dollars. That's equivalent to 945 million EC dollars, so substantial resources for the 4 countries. And these are effectively granted highly concessional loans to support our development programs. And when I say highly concessional, the interest rate is less than 1%, somewhere in the region of 0.75%, a 10-year grace period on repayments, and a repayment period of 40 years. So this is as close to grant resources as you will get.
Grenada has just received the final disbursement of $20 million US dollars from its $74 million US dollar loan under Cycle 18. Senator Steele says the $20 million will be used to support national programs of development and sustainability throughout 2020.
Will be used to support our budget priorities, our developmental priorities. So whether that is healthcare, whether it's education, whether it's youth, the program Minister Lewis will speak to us about, whether it is agriculture and the programs that will be presented in the following session, speaking of predial larceny, whether it's in the areas of tourism, infrastructure development, works, these resources will be used to support our programs to the end of this year.
He highlighted the successes of projects and programs that were initiated under IDA 18.
The blue economy within IDA 18, that was the first implementation of a blue growth development policy loan. So that helped us support our ban on single-use plastics and addressing marine pollution. It also enabled us to put this very progressive integrated coastal zone management policy and legislation in place, which was presented in Parliament at the end of last year, which takes a far more strategic approach to the management of our coastal resources. So these are just some of the examples how the resources that we've been provided have been strategically utilized.
Prime Minister Dr. The Right Honorable Keith Mitchell is in Barbados for the 31st intersessional meeting of the Conference of Heads of Government of the Caribbean Community. Dr. Mitchell is accompanied by Minister for Trade, Industry, Cooperatives and CARICOM Affairs, the Honorable Oliver Joseph. Dr. Mitchell is expected to update his colleague heads of government on matters of importance relative to science and technology, including information and communication technology (ICT), which is his area of responsibility in the CARICOM quasi-cabinet. According to the CARICOM Secretariat, Caribbean leaders are expected to deliberate on a regional approach to the coronavirus, as well as the continuing challenges posed by non-communicable diseases. Other important agenda items include the need for ongoing advocacy against the challenges of blacklisting, de-risking, and withdrawal of correspondent banking services, the CARICOM single market and economy, and strengthening of regional law enforcement cooperation among member states. The leaders are also expected to engage in discussion with representatives from the private sector, labor, and civil society. The Prime Minister returns to the state on Wednesday, February 19th. In his absence, the Honorable Gregory Bowen will act as Prime Minister. More assistance for local farmers as government works to stamp out predial larceny. A 24-hour hotline has been set up, a partnership between the Ministry of Agriculture and Lands and the Royal Grenada Police Force. Details in this report by Mina Booker.
This new hotline, 437-435-0300 or short code 300, launched in the first quarter of 2020, strengthens the ministry's commitment to lessening instances of the crime.
The new hotline system that would be set up is really to deal with predial larceny matters. So sometimes when, somebody call the police station or call, they may have to wait. But that line is clear, waiting for a call on predial larceny matters.
That's Minister of Agriculture and Lands, Honorable Yolande Bean Hosford, speaking during the special media launch of the predial larceny hotline on Tuesday, 18th February at the Ministry of Works conference room. Statistics from the Royal Grenada Police Force show that predial larceny continues to impact many of our local farmers. In 2018, there were 403 reported cases that increased by 8.7% to 438 cases in 2019. With the launch of this new hotline, there is hope that instances of this crime will decrease. The Royal Grenada Police Force is an active player in the management of the new hotline, which will be operated from its radio control center at the police headquarters. Acting Commissioner of Police Michael Francois describes the launch of the new hotline as timely.
And it would give our farmers an opportunity to report in a timely manner incidents that might be taking place on their farms in various areas of the country and receive a response in a timely manner. You would have heard complaints before that persons may be calling into various police stations, either at sometimes the phone might be busy or at sometimes you cannot get a response in the time that you would want to. What this particular initiative would do is to ensure that at a control center which operates 24 hours per day, the information can be relayed to any particular area in Grenada that the report is made. And we're not saying that you're not supposed to call the police station in the area where you are. What we are advising and encouraging is that you also use the 300 hotline that would ensure that a responsible person that would be there at any particular time with supervision from senior persons would ensure that the complaint is dealt with and followed through to the end.
The extent and nature of predial larceny results in hundreds, sometimes thousands in losses to local farmers, which can become a disincentive to the investments they have made in the agricultural sector. The Ministry of Agriculture will continue in its efforts to curb predial larceny.
You may recall that during the 2020 budget presentation, the Prime Minister and Minister for Finance announced to this nation that during the first quarter of 2020, there will be a greater effort in the fight against predial larceny, with the launch of the Predial Larceny Hotline and the amendment of the Predial Larceny Act. I am also pleased to announce that the Ministry of Agriculture and Lands will commence a rigorous public awareness and education campaign, having recognized the need to have greater public participation in the fight against predial larceny.
During the media launch, the Ministry of Agriculture and Lands also handed over 50 boots to the Predial Larceny Task Force. The Ministry of Agriculture is thankful for the support received from the Royal Grenada Police Force in launching of the new hotline. The ministry has reenacted its internal organs and the multi-stakeholder Predial Larceny body as we continue to fight to stop Predial larceny. If you wish to report an act of Predial larceny, please call 435-0300 or 300. For the Ministry of Agriculture, I am Mina Buka.
This is the National Report. More news after the break.
Kayak Mass 2020, February 15th to February 25th, and a real event, making one spectacular carnival. Saturday, February 15th, Children Mass, Frolic, and the Big Show. Thursday, February 20th, Queen Show Night. February 21st, Soca Monarch. Saturday, 22nd, Jab Convention, Calypso and Goofy. Sunday, February 23rd, Monday Juve and Monday Night Mass. Tuesday, February 25th, Shakespeare Mass, and the Last Lap. All the major MCs and DJs will be inside Kayak Mass 2020. Make reservations and book now.
Continuing the news, Minister with responsibility for youth development, the Honorable Kate Lewis, says Empower 2.0, which will be officially launched on March 10th, will focus on CVQ certification and apprenticeship. The Empower program is a training course conceptualized specifically to target young unemployed men aged 18 to 30. In 2020, 300 at-risk young men will benefit from the one-year engagement.
Empower 2.0 will comprise of 3 components. Component 1, developmental training, which includes activities such as co-creating or cultivating opportunities for rewarding experiences, small business training through our Youth Bees Support Center, survival skills, community projects, and social care services. The second component, where our trainees will be involved in certified training or CVQ certification. Certified training areas includes fiber optics, robotics, plumbing, electrical installation and maintenance, welding and construction. Our CVQ certification programs will include excavator operations, civil engineering, plumbing, and computer operations. Following this, all our participants will be involved in apprenticeship training within the private and public sector.
The program includes a grant fund distribution of $2,400 worth of tools and equipment to participants with interest in small business.
Some of our trainees were engaged permanently after the duration of the Empower project. Over 300 of our participants graduated with certifications in different courses as well as CVQ areas. There was a grant fund distribution provided to participants who start their small business in the form of equipment, tools, and machinery needed to operate their business. These trainees are now under the care of the Youth Bees Support Center within the Ministry of Youth Development. They will monitor the operations and management of the small businesses. A number of community projects were undertaken by our participants. Some participants are currently in NULO because they have opted to further their skills training. And what is most important is the general lifestyle change and individual attitude and behavior of our young men who have been on the blocks for a number of years. Changing that mindset and giving them that opportunity to be work ready.
And that's the National Report. I'm Leslie Ann Johnson.
All right. Thank you very much, Leslie Ann, and everyone else who were part of the production of the National Report. We'll have another segment for you tomorrow, God's willing. And now, folks, it is a good time to take a look at the weather, see what's going on with the weather, all right? The weather was submitted by the Met Office. The weather for tonight is expected to be partly cloudy, windy, and hazy with the occasional cloudy spells accompanied by light to moderate scattered showers, improving by morning. Winds east northeasterly to easterly at 10 to 24 miles per hour, gusting higher with showers. Seas moderate to rough. Waves 5 to 9 feet in northerly to northeasterly swells. Now, a marine advisory remains in effect, and they are saying that tides will be high at around 12:15 a.m. Sun is expected to rise tomorrow, God's willing, at 6:29 a.m. And that is your weather report submitted by the Met Office. And folks, that's as far as we can go for tonight. And I want to thank everybody who is currently watching, and those of you, I know that there's one person who have not shared the program yet. Please go ahead and do so. And let's say hello to Charmaine Linton, my sister Shireen, Danica, Zaka, Esther, Richie, and everyone else who's currently on the program. Blessings to you, all right. Kireen and Allah. Who else? Marvin. I'd like to say hello to Marvin. Sharon, Rush, Peter. Big up to you, all right. Arcade Peterkin. Blessings to you as well. And who else? Suzette. All right. Simone. When does Suzette need to go to the airport? Like now? My mom is there. Danica is there as well. All right. Traveling, Veron, Rolanda, Sheba, Deslin. Blessings to you as well. All right. So everyone else currently on the program, again, thank you. And may God truly bless you and your family. Let's touch base tomorrow, guys. So we're going to meet back right here, same place, next day. Take care of yourselves. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We all say, Ja, no blessings. What I want to do? What I call the mini man today about Mikey won't do? Deborah, big up yourself, all right? Rachel, big up yourself. Mikey won't do what? Thanks, Mikey, for the news. Discuss blessings to you. What Mikey won't do there? What I call me name for? Call me name and me back, whatever it is, you just let me know, all right? Margaret, blessings to you, and Cynthia, hello to you as well. All right? Yeah, so take care of yourselves again, guys, and all the best. Oh, y'all leave Suzette alone, eh? Okay, good. Take care.